The first light of dawn spills across the vast African savanna, painting the sky in soft shades of orange and pink. Below, the world is quiet, holding its breath for the day to begin. A lone figure stirs atop a termite mound, a natural watchtower in this endless sea of grass. It is a cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth, and her day is just beginning. She rises slowly, stretching her long, elegant limbs, muscles rippling beneath her spotted coat. The cool morning air carries the scents of the night, a mixture of damp earth and distant life. Her amber eyes, sharp and focused, begin their ceaseless scan of the horizon, searching for any sign of movement. Her name is Amani, which means peace in Swahili, though her life is anything but peaceful. It is a constant cycle of hunger and survival, of vigilance and risk. She yawns, revealing a set of formidable canine teeth, a reminder of her predatory nature. Every detail of the landscape is committed to her memory. The scattered acacia trees, the winding game trails, the distant watering hole. This is her kingdom, a territory she must defend and from which she must draw her sustenance. The rising sun warms her fur as she descends from her perch, her paws making almost no sound on the dusty ground. The world is waking up, and so are the herds of gazelles and impalas. Amani's morning routine is deliberate and unhurried for now. She moves with a liquid grace through the tall golden grasses, which rustle softly against her slender body. Her spotted coat provides exceptional camouflage, breaking up her outline and allowing her to blend seamlessly into the dappled light of the plains. She pauses often, her head held high, her ears swiveling to catch the faintest sound. A distant bird call, the buzz of an insect, the whisper of the wind, nothing escapes her notice. This careful observation is crucial. A missed opportunity could mean another day of hunger, while a moment of inattention could mean falling prey to a larger predator. Her senses are finely tuned for this one purpose, to find a meal. Her eyesight in particular is extraordinary. She can spot a potential target from miles away, a mere speck on the horizon that her brain instantly identifies as food. Today, her gaze settles on a herd of Thompson's gazelles grazing peacefully a great distance away. They are unaware of the silent hunter watching them, a ghost in the grass. Amani lowers her body, her belly almost touching the ground, and begins her approach. The hunt has begun, a silent, deadly ballet that will play out under the vast African sky. Every sinew in her body is now coiled with anticipation, ready for the explosive effort to come. The stalk is a game of patience and precision, a critical phase where a single mistake can alert the entire herd. Amani moves with painstaking slowness, placing each paw with deliberate care to avoid snapping a twig or rustling the grass too loudly. Her body is a study in concentration, low to the ground, her shoulders hunched as she inches forward. The gazelles continue to graze, their heads bobbing up and down, but they are constantly on alert. Their large ears twitch, and their eyes scan the plains. Amani knows this. She freezes whenever a gazelle lifts its head, becoming a motionless part of the landscape, her spotted coat a masterpiece of natural concealment. She uses every dip and rise in the terrain to her advantage, moving through shallow gullies and behind sparse bushes to remain hidden. The sun climbs higher, casting long shadows that she uses to further mask her approach. Her goal is to get as close as possible before launching her attack, ideally within 100 meters. This proximity is vital because her incredible speed cannot be maintained for long. The stalk is a calculated expenditure of energy, a quiet prelude to the explosive burst of power that will follow. Her breathing is shallow and controlled, her heart beating a steady rhythm in her chest, a stark contrast to the thunderous pace it will soon adopt. Amani has singled out her target, a young gazelle that has wandered slightly away from the safety of the herd. This is a common tactic for predators, to isolate the weaker, younger, or less attentive individuals. Focusing on one animal prevents her from becoming confused or changing targets mid-chase, which would waste precious energy. Her eyes remain locked on this single gazelle, never wavering. She is now within striking distance. The tension is palpable. The air itself seems to crackle with anticipation. The gazelles are still unaware of the imminent danger that lurks just a stone's throw away, a silent promise of violence in the tranquil morning. The final moments of the stalk are the most intense. Amani gathers her powerful hind legs beneath her, coiling them like powerful springs. Her muscles are bunched and ready, storing the phenomenal energy needed for the chase. Her tail, long and rudder-like, twitches slightly as she makes her final calculations of distance and timing. She takes one last deep breath. The world seems to narrow down to this single moment, this single purpose. The gazelle takes one more bite of grass, its head down. Now, with a sudden electrifying burst of movement, Amani explodes from her cover, leaving the tall grass in a blur of gold and black spots. The chase is a breathtaking spectacle of pure, unadulterated speed. In a matter of seconds, Amani accelerates from a standstill to over 60 miles per hour, a feat of biological engineering unmatched by any other land animal. Her body becomes a streamlined arrow, her legs a piston-like blur as she devours the ground between herself and her prey. The gazelle, startled by the sudden explosion of movement, bolts in a panic. The herd scatters in all directions, a chaotic scene of leaping bodies and flying dust. But Amani's focus is absolute. Her eyes are fixed solely on her chosen target, ignoring the confusion all around her. This incredible sprint is a massive drain on her energy reserves. Her heart rate skyrockets and her body temperature begins to climb rapidly. The chase can only last for a short period, typically less than a minute. If she cannot catch her prey within this window, she will have to abandon the hunt to avoid overheating and complete exhaustion. Every stride is a marvel of coordination. Her long, flexible spine arches and straightens, adding several feet to her stride length. Her claws, which are only semi-retractable, dig into the earth like the spikes on a sprinter's shoes, providing a powerful grip even at top speed. The gazelle is fast and agile, zigzagging wildly in an attempt to shake its pursuer. This is where the cheetah's long tail becomes indispensable. It acts as a rudder and a counterbalance, allowing Amani to make sharp, high-speed turns without losing her footing or momentum. As the gazelle swerves left, Amani's tail whips to the right, keeping her perfectly balanced as she mirrors the movement. She closes the distance with each powerful stride, the gap between predator and prey shrinking with astonishing speed. The thundering sound of her paws hitting the ground is the only sound she hears, a drumbeat counting down the final seconds of the chase. Finally, with a final explosive burst of speed, she is upon the gazelle. She reaches out with a forepaw and hooks the animal's hind leg, sending it tumbling to the ground in a cloud of dust. The chase is over as quickly as it began. Before the gazelle can recover, Amani clamps her powerful jaws around its throat, applying a suffocating grip that swiftly and efficiently ends its struggle. For a few moments she lies there panting heavily, her sides heaving as she fights to catch her breath. The adrenaline recedes, replaced by the profound exhaustion that follows such an incredible exertion of energy. She has secured her meal, a hard-won victory on the unforgiving plains. The cheetah's body is a masterpiece of evolution, perfectly designed for its role as the savannah's premier sprinter. Every part of its anatomy contributes to its incredible speed. It begins with a lightweight, slender frame and long, muscular legs. Unlike other big cats, the cheetah sacrifices brute strength for unparalleled agility and acceleration. Its spine is remarkably long and flexible, acting like a spring. When the cheetah runs, its spine coils and uncoils, launching the animal forward and dramatically increasing its stride length to an astonishing 25 feet. This unique spinal structure is a key reason it can cover so much ground so quickly. The cheetah's respiratory system is equally specialized. It possesses enlarged nostrils, sinuses, and lungs which allow for a massive intake of oxygen during a high-speed chase. This enhanced oxygen flow is critical for powering its muscles during such an intense anaerobic sprint. Its heart and liver are also enlarged to handle the demands of rapidly circulating oxygenated blood and processing the byproducts of extreme physical exertion. These internal adaptations are just as important as its external features, enabling the cheetah to push its body to the absolute limit, even if only for a very short, explosive duration. Further enhancing its performance are its unique paws and claws. Unlike other felines, a cheetah's claws are only semi-retractable, meaning they are always partially exposed. This feature provides extra traction, functioning much like the cleats on an athlete's shoes, gripping the earth for better acceleration and preventing slips during high-speed turns. The pads of its paws are hard and ridged, also aiding in traction and braking. This specialized design ensures that every ounce of power is efficiently transferred to the ground, propelling it forward with maximum force and control. Finally, two features are critical for steering and focus: its long tail and its remarkable eyes. The tail, muscular and tipped with a flat, rudder-like shape, acts as a counterbalance during sharp turns, allowing the cheetah to maintain stability while pursuing agile prey. It is the secret to its incredible cornering ability. Its eyes have a high concentration of nerve cells in a long band across the retina, creating a sharp, wide field of vision. Furthermore, distinctive black tear marks run from the corners of its eyes down its face. These marks are thought to reduce the sun's glare, helping the cheetah to keep its eyes on the prize during a blindingly fast chase across the bright open plains. Victory in the hunt is only half the battle. Now, Amani must protect her prize. She is exhausted, her muscles burning, and her breath still coming in ragged gasps. The scent of the kill will soon travel on the wind, attracting other more powerful predators. Lions with their brute strength and packs of hyenas with their relentless numbers would not hesitate to steal her hard-earned meal. She quickly drags the gazelle carcass, which is nearly her own weight, towards the nearest cover, a dense acacia bush. This effort is immense for the winded cheetah, but it is a necessary act of preservation in a land where competition is fierce and unforgiving. Once hidden in the shade, she can finally begin to eat. She tears at the carcass with her sharp teeth, consuming the meat quickly. She must eat as much as she can before scavengers arrive. The cheetah's smaller jaw and teeth are adapted for slicing meat, not for crushing bone like a hyena's. She eats in watchful silence, her head lifting every few moments to scan her surroundings, her ears twitching at every sound. The piece is fragile, and she knows it. The rustle of leaves or the distant cry of a vulture could signal the approach of danger, forcing her to abandon her meal and flee for her own safety. After she has eaten her fill, a different routine begins. If there is water nearby, she will make her way to a stream or water hole for a drink. This is another moment of vulnerability, as predators often lie in wait near water sources. She approaches cautiously, her senses on high alert, lapping the water quickly before retreating to a safer location. Back in the shade, she begins the meticulous process of grooming. Using her rough tongue, she licks her coat clean of dust and blood. This is not just about cleanliness, it helps to keep her fur in good condition, which is important for camouflage and temperature regulation. The remainder of the afternoon is spent resting and recovering. The intense chase has taken a significant toll on her body, and she needs this time to let her muscles repair and her energy levels return. She might doze in the dappled sunlight, but she never truly sleeps deeply. One eye always seems to be half open, one ear always tuned to the sounds of the savannah. This is the rhythm of her life, an intense burst of activity followed by long periods of watchful rest. It is a life lived on the edge, a delicate balance between the energy expended to hunt and the energy conserved to survive another day. If Amani were a mother, her life would be infinitely more complex and demanding. A cheetah mother raises her cubs alone, a monumental task in this dangerous world. For the first few weeks, she keeps her tiny, helpless cubs hidden in a secluded den, perhaps a rocky outcrop or a thicket of dense vegetation. She must leave them for hours at a time to hunt, a period fraught with anxiety. The cubs are vulnerable to a host of predators, from lions and hyenas to eagles and even baboons. Every hunt is a race against time as she must secure a meal and return to her young ones before disaster strikes. As the cubs grow, they emerge from the den and begin to follow their mother. This is when their education truly begins. Amani must teach them everything they need to know to survive on the plains. They learn by watching her every move, how she stalks prey, how she stays hidden in the grass, and how she scans the horizon for danger. The cubs are playful and boisterous, often engaging in mock chases and pouncing on each other. This play is not just for fun, it is essential training, helping them to develop the muscles, coordination, and skills they will one day need to hunt for themselves. One of the most important lessons is the hunt itself. When the cubs are old enough, Amani will begin to bring live prey back to them. She might capture a young gazelle or hare and release it near the cubs, encouraging them to practice their chasing and killing techniques. Their first attempts are often clumsy and unsuccessful, but their mother is patient. She allows them to learn from their mistakes, intervening only when necessary. Through this hands-on experience, they slowly master the art of the hunt, a skill set that is critical for their future independence and survival in the wild. Beyond hunting, Amani teaches her cubs the art of vigilance. She shows them which animals to fear and which to ignore. They learn to recognize the alarm calls of birds and other animals that signal the presence of a predator. They learn to use termite mounds as lookout points and to seek the safety of shade during the hottest part of the day. For nearly 2 years, the cubs will remain with their mother, absorbing these vital lessons. Then, one day, they will be ready to face the world on their own, equipped with the knowledge passed down to them through a lineage of swift and resilient hunters. The life of a cheetah is lived under constant threat. Despite being a formidable predator, the cheetah occupies a precarious position in the African food chain. It is built for speed, not for combat. Larger, more powerful predators like lions and leopards pose a significant danger. A lion can kill a cheetah with a single swipe of its massive paw, and it will often do so to eliminate competition for food. Consequently, cheetahs go to great lengths to avoid these larger cats, constantly scanning their territory and giving them a wide berth. A direct confrontation is almost always a death sentence for the cheetah. Another relentless threat comes from spotted hyenas. Hyenas are intelligent, social predators that often roam in large, organized clans. They are notorious for stealing kills from cheetahs. After a cheetah has expended immense energy to make a kill, a clan of hyenas can easily move in and intimidate the exhausted cat, forcing it to abandon its meal. This act of kleptoparasitism is a major challenge for cheetahs, who may lose up to half of their kills to these opportunistic scavengers. This constant theft means a cheetah must hunt more frequently, further depleting its precious energy reserves and increasing its exposure to danger. Beyond the dangers posed by other animals, the greatest threat to cheetahs comes from humans. Habitat loss is the most significant challenge. As human populations expand, the vast, open grasslands that cheetahs need to hunt and roam are converted into farmland and settlements. This fragmentation of their habitat isolates cheetah populations, reduces their available prey, and increases conflicts with humans. Farmers may sometimes kill cheetahs to protect their livestock, even though cheetahs prefer wild prey and are less of a threat than other predators. The shrinking wilderness puts immense pressure on the remaining cheetah populations. As the sun begins to set, casting long, dramatic shadows across the savannah, Amani finds a resting place for the night, perhaps the same termite mound where her day began. She is a survivor, a symbol of grace and fragility. Her day has been a testament to the challenges she faces. She has hunted, eaten, rested, and remained vigilant against a backdrop of constant danger. As darkness falls, the sounds of the night predators begin to rise. Amani settles down, but her senses remain sharp. Her survival depends on it. For now, she rests, gathering her strength for another day, another hunt, in the timeless and unforgiving beauty of the African plains.